This conference will now be recorded.
In last meeting, we discussed about relations concept, right? I mean, how to create relations in between the tables and how to get the lookups from the main table and all these things we have seen. And also we designed a couple of tables like a skill table and a loan table even. Now I'm going to creating a form which includes EMP table data and loan table data and skill table data. These three tables data I will try to accommodate in a single form by using the pattern called simplest details list grid template. Okay, I'll show you here one default template from the existing application. If you go to the human resource management module, in courses, there is a form called course types. Let's open this course type form. If you can see, if you can understand this form design and the concept, here there is a grid control, there is a header part, and here there is a details, skills, educational discipline, certificates, course description. Like, I mean, if you understand here, this data resides in one table, this data and this data from main table, master table, and this data from one table, this data from another table, this data from different table, this data from different table. Almost here in this form, they have used 6 or 7 tables in this form. Okay, let me show you this form structure in the AOT in Visual Studio. I'll show you here. If you go to the form information, the form name is HCM course type. HCM course type. I mean, if you see here, this particular information is coming from one table. These details are coming from one table. Skills are coming from another table. The education disciplines are coming from one table, like that. In a single form, they are going to show you multiple tables information. So the form name is HCM course type, right? Okay, let's go to the AOT. Like data, like a user interface, forms, HCM course type, right? HCM course type. If you expand the data sources, you can see how many number of tables. HCM course type. In this table, we have these fields like annual and like this one, course type and descriptions are the course type and description are coming from the HCM course type table. Okay, skills are coming from the, I mean, here this skills information coming from the skills profile table, educational, certificates, default, target, like these are all different tables. These are all different tables, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tables they have used to design this form. 9 tables. You can see every tab is having their own different table. In the same way, I'm also trying to create in this kind of form, which includes main table data, EMP table data. Here, In place of skills, I will show employee skills. In place of educational discipline, I will show loans information kind of thing. Okay, let's take 3 tables in our design. Now, okay, let's close all these existing objects, and I will try to create a form here. Go to the user interface, form, EMP, skills, and loan table. Okay, I'm just giving the name like this, okay, because in this form we have skills and loans are available. Skills and loans, or loans and skills, whatever it is. Okay, now try to drag and drop the 3 tables one by one. EMP table is the main table, and loan table is the child table, and skill table is also child table. Okay, now we have 3 tables we have dragged into the data source. Now first let me provide the caption to the design, like loans and skills. Okay, now let me apply the pattern called list grid. Simple list details, list grid. Now create the missing controls first. After that we can see the remaining things. First action pane, 2 group controls and 1 tab control. Let's create an action pane first. Action pane, 2 group controls. First group name is navigation list. Navigation list. Details header. Details header. Tab control. Tab control. Okay, let's take the tab control. Something like a form tab. Okay, all the missing controls are created, and let's go with the sub controls. In the navigation list, I think we missed something like a quick filter control and grid control. Let's go with the quick filter. Quick filter, okay, control, and grid control. This is like a form grid or something like. Okay, this one, the grid name I'm giving EMP, EMP table grid. Okay, because in this grid I will drag and drop fields from EMP table. That's what I have given a name called EMP table grid, because I will try to create 2 more grids. That's what I have given a particular names. Okay, in this grid, for this grid I'm giving the data source is EMP table. Okay, drag and drop fields from EMP table to EMP table grid, like employee ID and name only. I'm going to drag and drop here. Okay, only these 2 fields. So far we have completed the navigation list group details, and let me apply the pattern like fields and field groups in this details header. Details header in the sense this part. Okay, same fields I'm going to drag and drop again from the EMP table. Okay, now coming to the tab control. Now tab page is missing. Here we are going to creating 2 tab pages. One is for loans. Okay, second one tab page skills. Okay, let me apply the sub pattern here. Here you just need to apply the pattern called because in this particular tab page we will apply fields and field groups only. We have a fields and field groups, right? Oh no. Oh, we are not going to creating fields and field groups. We have a something like grid control will be there. Grid control. let's go with the toolbar and list. Okay, because if you understand the design in skills, I need to show multiple records, right? For example, for a particular employee, I will show multiple records, right? So we need to create grid control again here. That's what I'm selecting the pattern called toolbar and list. If you select this one, you can see select one, grid, tree, list view, or table. Any one of the control we need to select, so that we require grid control here. So I will select grid control here. Here also I'm creating toolbar and a list. Okay, in this skills also I will create grid control. Okay, fine. Now two tab controls, I mean two tab pages I have created like this: educational discipline, skills. Okay, but suppose if you want to create like this, if you want design like this, you need to choose the pattern, I mean the sub pattern, fields and field groups. Suppose if you are trying to creating this kind of design in your form, you just need to select fields and field groups, but you are creating grid control in the tab page, so that we need to select a toolbar and list. Okay, now if you understand here in skills, it is action pane again. Button controls, add skill, remove skill are the button controls. So we need to create action pane here in loans and skills. Go to the new control, take an action pane. Okay, in this action pane, I will create a direct button group. Okay, let's create a button group. In this button group, I will create two command buttons, which is for add loan, remove loan, add loan, remove loan, add loan, remove loan. Okay, command button, right? This one, add loan, the same name I'm giving as a text, add loan. Okay, and next control, remove loan. Remove loan or delete loan, whatever it is, text. Okay, now add loan, there is a command property, right? I'm just designing this one. Okay, don't get confused. I'm designing this part right now. For add loan, there is a command property. We need to select new. And one more thing, I'm going to giving, there is a plus symbol, right? There is a remove symbol, delete symbol, plus symbol and delete symbol that I'm creating here. There is a normal image. I'm selecting, I'm writing new. Okay, normal image, I'm selecting new, and that's it. Normal image new, and remove loan, normal image will be delete, so that symbol will be appear in that button control itself. And command property, very important property, command delete record, and here, so successfully we have added two button controls like add loan, remove loan, like this, add skill, remove skill, something like. Okay, now I need to create a grid control. Now I'm creating a grid control, right clicking on action pane, form action pane, creating a grid control, sorry, not here, here on tab control. Okay, on tab control, new control, taking a grid control. This grid control name I'm giving loans grid. Okay, loans grid. Data source property, I need to select loan table, right? And drag the fields which is from loan table here, loan table. Now this time I'm not going to drag and drop employee ID and name. Already employee ID and name is available on the header and main grid, so that loan ID and loan name rate of interest and this amount only I'm going to dragging into the loan grid. Okay, loan grid. Now successfully we have completed this kind of section for loans. The same thing we need to go for skills also. Okay, again I'm going to creating an action pane. Okay, and button group. In this button group, let me create two command buttons. Two command buttons. One is for add skill, remove skill, add skill. Okay, let's complete this add skill part. Add skill, and the normal image would be new, so that plus symbol will be appear on the button control, and command property should be again new. Okay, and remove skill also text property. Okay, and it is also delete. Command property should be delete record, so that we have completed this one. Okay, now let me create a grid control. Okay, this grid name I'm giving skills grid. Data source property should be skill table. In this skill grid, let me drag and drop skill table fields, skill ID, skill name, skill level. Only three fields: employee ID and employee name. I'm not going to selecting. Okay, and one more thing here. For example, when I click on add skill, record should be created in this grid, right? When I click on here, record should be created here. When I click on remove, record will be deleted from this grid. Here also new button will be there. Here also delete button will be there. Here also add button. Here also remove button. Here also add button. Here also remove button. For example, if I click here, this action should point to this grid. If I click here, this action should point to this grid. If I click here, the action should be pointed to this grid, right? So we need to provide, go to the action pane, go to the tab control, data source. This tab control belongs to which grid, which data source? This tab control, I mean tab page control. We are pointing to the loan grid, right? So provide the data source property to the controls. This one also data source property, loan grid, loan table. And if you go to the button group also loan table. And this one anyway, this button control should not have a data source property. Only this one, tab control. For tab control, data source property, skill table. Okay, action pane, data source property, skill table. Inside the button group also data source property, skill table. So that when I click on the new button, when I click on here, the record should create here. Okay, when I click on remove button, record should delete from this particular grid. So we are giving address. Okay, we are giving addresses. Now successfully we have completed everything. Let me save the changes. Okay, let's build the project. Synchronization is not required. Just let me build the project, and I'll open this form. Okay, now let me select this form as a startup object. Execute. Okay, I forgot something. I'll tell you that. But here, oh god, we have not given headings to the tab pages, tab control. Okay, I forgot that. Okay, go to the tab page. There is a caption property. This one is the loans, right? Loans. This one is the skills. Okay, let me execute again. Okay, now you can see, for example, when I select this record 102, only 102 data needs to show in loans and skills. Am I right? If I select 103, only 103 data has to show in the loans and skills. But everything is showing here. Every record is showing which is there in loans table, which is there in skills table. But we should not show like that. The main concept behind of developing this form is when I select the record in the grid, the respective data should show in the respective tab pages. That is our main concept. Just we need to do one small change here. Go to the data source. Go to the loan table. Now I have selected the EMP loan table in the data source level. There is a property called join source. Now I'm selecting main table name. So I'm giving main table name as a data source to the loan table. Again, do the same thing for skill table. Join source pointing to the main table. So only I have selected EMP table for EMP loan table, EMP table for skill table. I have not selected anything for EMP table. See, join source is empty. This is main table, right? We need to this table should connect with EMP table. This table also should connect with EMP table, because when I am selecting a record in EMP table, the respective data has to show. That is the reason. Okay, build the project again, execute. Only data source property, sorry, join source property. In data source level, there is a join source property. You should select the join source property. I'll show you existing form design also. We have seen course types form, right? In that form also, I'll show you the properties at a data source level. Mainly, if you have some functionalities, you better to observe the backend of the existing functionality and try to replicate. I mean, something like copy paste kind of thing. But of course, that is a difficulty concept. See here, 101 selected. For 101, one loan is there, two skills are there. Okay, select 102. Two loans, one skill. 103, one loan, one skill. 104, two loans, one skill. For example, when I click on new button, the record should create here in this grid. You can see, right? Here cursor is blinking, am I right? So that I can create a record in this grid. Now, for example, I'm clicking on add loan. I'm trying to add a loan for 104. See here, record is creating here. Remove loan. For example, 102. Adding a skill, so that if I create a record, this record will save against for 102. Remove skill. So everything is perfect here. Tell me.
So how it knows only this employee is only having these notes L2, L1? Because when the employee very common, we have a reference. Will it automatically get joined based on the relation or it works?
Sorry, really, your voice, really, I'm not understanding. I think there is a disturbance at your side. I'm unable to understand at least one word. Now, is it clear right now? Okay, something like he messages me. Is it clear? The design and the pattern which we have selected, everything. Suppose if you want to show multiple tables information, this is the best template. This is the best pattern design. You can show multiple tables information in a single form. Previously, we have seen what is that? Skill table, right? I mean, this one, HCM course type, HCM course type. HCM course type. Suppose if you go to the skill table, skill profile, it is a table, right? Join source. Join, you can see HCM course type, main table name. Educational discipline table is there. That is also join source HCM course type. See, certification table, HCM course type. Default dimension, that is also HCM course type. Description, that is also course type. Everything which is related to HCM course type. The main table, this is main table. The main tables fields will be there in the grid control, because we will select the data here. When you select the data, automatically the respective data will be a change in the further tab pages. This is called header and line.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Tell me, Shankar.
Yeah. So in the join property, you mention only table. You have not mentioned which field I should link this table, right?
Okay, good question. And already at a table level, we have created relation concept.
Okay.
Already at a table level, we have created relations or not? Because see, in skill table, let me open the skill table. Already this skill table related with EMP table. Already this loan table related with EMP table. See here, without relation, this concept will not work. First to
Okay.
relation, after that join source.
Understand.
Hmm.
Can you go to that form, the page, the front end? Go to the browser, yeah. Right. Probably you run that page. Yeah. Right. So let's say E4, there is a L1, L2, right? Let's say I want to filter this sub page with some filter, like let's say I want to see only ROI 3% over here. I don't want to see which is 2%. If I want to further filter on this loan detail page, can we do that?
What kind of filters you want to apply?
Let's say we have a two loans here, L1, L2. There is a status column here. Assume there is a status column here, which is Boolean field, true or false. I want to list only which is got ticked. Boolean is ticked. The status is true. I want to list it here.
I mean, after doing anything or by default, the data should show like that.
By default, I want to list only here. Those are true.
Okay, so only the standard form, for example, 10 records are there in loan table. For against 104, let us assume that, right? Let us assume that for 104 we have 10 loans. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that 10 loans, there are 4 loans which is the status yes records. So
Yes.
by default, when I open this form, when I select 104, only you want me to show only 4 records.
Correct.
So that we need to definitely we need to write some piece of code that will not make by the user interface. I mean properties.
Okay, got it.
We need to write when the form is loading. I just want to show only selected records. I mean tick mark yes records, right?
Yes, yes.
That's what we should do something like coding kind of thing. Otherwise, we cannot make it directly because we have not applied anything right in the design level. We should do something coding
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Any further doubts or clarifications required? Tell me. No problem. We can do something here. For example, there is a details tab page is there right here. Details tab page. Okay, in this details tab page, you can show like phone number of an employee, everything we can show here. That also will design. Okay, in this particular tab page, I'm going to creating one more tab page. Like I'm going to showing it as a first control. Okay, first control like details. Okay, in this details, caption also I'm giving details. In this pattern name, fields and field groups. Okay, in this particular tab page, directly I will drag and drop fields from the EMP table. I just want to show like address, date of birth, age, and gender, employee type, phone number. How many fields? 6 fields, right? Okay, let me drag and drop 6 fields. Okay, now here we will do one thing. I'm creating 2 group controls, or else, okay, let's see one thing. Date of birth 5 and 6. Okay, 6 fields. Okay, here okay, we don't have a columns property for a tab page. For a tab page, okay, let's see in the user interface how it will show. And there is no data. Yeah, data source property should be EMP table. This is must. Okay, because we have multiple data sources, right? So we just need to do this one. Okay, right. Save the changes, build the project, execute. Based on your order in the design in Visual Studio, that will reflect in the user interface. We just check it. Okay, here see. You can see details like automatically adjusted. You can see there are 6 columns in the details tab page, and they have adjusted 3. How? We have given the sub pattern called fields and field groups, right? So automatically they have adjusted here. When you select here, ultimately the data will change here like this. Okay, fine. Okay, now coming to the next concept, X++ programming. Coming to the X++ programming, so what exactly the X++ here? See, X++ is a object-oriented programming language, which is like C++, which is like C++. And most of the concepts like which is there in the C++ will not supported by X++, like multi-level inheritance, okay, like overloading concept, and few concepts will not supported by X++. Okay, but most of the concepts are okay, like inheritance concept, polymorphism, and like object oriented, like inheritance, all these things okay, fine, but most of the concepts will be supported, but a few concepts will not supported by X++. And in further classes, definitely I will explain you about from basic onwards the X++ programming and all. I will teach you from scratch, don't worry. Here, so what is the use of X++? Basically here two types of coding we will do in our in our application. One is X++ programming we will do, and second one is SQL server programming we will do. So what is the use of X++ and what is the use of SQL here? In our application, the X++ language we will use for like writing the business logic, like validations. For example, here I have a column called like age. I can type anything right here. For example, there is a age value minus 1000. Is it correct? The value is correct, minus 1000. No. So we need to restrict from like in between value. Only we need to allow in between value like 20 to 60 in between value. In that case, we need to write programming, which is in X++. Okay, anything. For example, you want to validate the phone number, we need to write X++. Suppose you need to do some calculations, that also we need to write in X++. Everything related to programming, business logic, everything will be written in X++ programming. And the SQL part, SQL is related to like a database operations, like insertion, updation, deletion, okay, like selecting the records from table. All these things we will do by using SQL programming. After completion of this basics, okay, in this particular 18 concept, I'm going to tell you only the basics, just basics. Okay, but this X++ programming we will continue later point of time. Okay, once we completed this concept, like after 22, we will go with again X++ here. The pure X++ language we will discuss at a 23rd concept, but this is just basic how we will write the code, what are the rules and regulations, so how we will do the minimum programming concepts, everything I will explain you at 18th concept. And at 19th we will learn SQL programming. Okay, individually I'm going to teach you X++ and SQL. After some point of time we will club both SQL and SQL and X++, and we will implement the real-time business logic. Okay, now here where we will write the code, and for what purpose we are writing the X++, I have told you, like for calculations, for validations, for data related things we will write SQL. Okay, all these things we have discussed, but where we will write the code. Coming to the coming to the form or coming to the table, totally we have 3 objects for writing the code. For writing the code, we have 3 objects. Suppose if you open the AOT, there are 3 objects we will write the code. One is table level. In tables, we will write the code. Where we will write the code? In tables, there is a methods. In this area, we will write the code. Here, we will create override methods. Inside the override methods, we will implement the business logic. Directly, we will write the code. Okay. In table level, this is only the place where we will write the code. In table level. Now coming to there is a code, especially node is there. In code node, there is a classes. Classes are especially meant for writing the business logic. In classes, we will purely write the code. In table, we will create fields, field groups, indexes, relations, everything we will. Apart from all these things, we will also write the code. But in classes, only we will implement business logic. That's it. We won't do anything, only for writing the code, these classes. And if you come to the form, in form level, there is a methods. Here we will write the code. Again, here we have a override methods. Here we will write the code. If you expand the data source, here also there is a methods. Here we will write the code. If you expand the fields, here also there is a methods. We will write the code. If you go to the design, every control having their own methods node. See, here also, here also, here also, here also. Everything, every control having their own methods node. In form level. Form level, totally we have 4 places. 1, 2, every field having their own method node, that is 3, and come to the design, every control having their own method node, that is 4. In form level, we have 4 places. In table level, 1 place, class level, 1 place, but in form level, we have 4 places to implement the business logic. These are the main objects which we will write code in future. Okay, these are the 3 main objects: in form level, table level, and classes level. Now, these are the real-time objects. In future, we will write the business logic in these 3 places. But as of now, for learning purpose, we have a separate area called jobs. In that jobs, we will learn how to write the code. But directly, I'm not going to opening the table and I will not implement the code, or I will not open the class and I will not write the code. I will not write the code in form level also as of now, because you cannot understand if I am directly going to the form or a table or a class. If I start writing the code, you cannot understand. That is the reason we have a separate area called jobs. In those jobs, I will try to show you how to implement, how to write the code from basic converts. Okay, now I'm creating a job here. Go to the add new item. There is a code, there is a job. See here, I have shown you class, right? In the code node here, that is, this is job. Here I'm going to creating a job. Job is a self-executable block. Self-executable, I mean, this job we can execute by making startup object. How exactly we are running the form, how we are opening the form from Visual Studio to user interface, by making startup object, right? We are making the startup object for the form and we are executing the project. So then automatically system will execute the project and it is going to opening the startup object. In the same way, after creating this job, I can run this job from Visual Studio. That is called self-executable block. These jobs are independent executable blocks. Independent executable blocks. That means whatever the code we are writing, purely for testing purpose in these jobs. for example, I just want to test some code before implementing at a table level or form level or class level. I can implement here in job level. I can write the code and I can test the code. If everything is working good, if it is working fine, then I will implement the same piece of code wherever I want. Where means form level, class level, or table level. This is just for testing purpose. For example, a simple example. You want to learn driving, car driving. You will learn on highway or you will learn on some ground. In ground level, right? First we will practice there. And whenever you are perfect, you will go to highway and you will drive the car. In the same way, as of now, I'm not going to writing the code at a form level or table level or class level. I'm just teaching you how to write the code, how to write the functions, how to write the business logic. All these things, first of all, I will show you in these jobs. Once you are perfect, then you can implement the code at table or form or class level, only for a testing purpose. Okay, now here I'm just giving a name called X++ introduction. I have written a name called X++ introduction. Okay, once you create a job, automatically one folder has been created in your project that is called classes. Okay, in classes you can find your job, X++ introduction job. It is job. In this job, you can see there is a main method. There is a main method. Default syntax already generated here. You just need to go to the inside the job and you can write the code inside the main method and you can write the code. And here, this is your class word, class keyword, and this is your class name. And inside the class, you will get one default method called main method. Inside the main method, you need to write the code. Here, public, static, void, main, and these are arguments. This is default syntax for the job. And you should not change it. Okay, don't change the job syntax and all. You just simply write your piece of code. That's it here. Now coming to the job, there are certain rules are there for writing the code. Now my cursor is blinking at first place, right? Use the tab control. It will come here. Use one more tab here. So we need to start writing code from here. Leave the 2 tab spaces from starting onwards, or leave the 1 tab space from here. 1 tab space like this. 1, 2. 2 tab spaces from starting. You should not start writing from starting position. Okay, that is indentation. That is called indentation. We need to follow some indentation so that everybody can understand your code, your business logic easily. If you are writing in a paragraph style or something like that, nobody can understand. Now, the first concept which we are discussing about variable declaration. In every language, initially we will learn how to declare the variables, and we will discuss about the data types and variable declaration. Okay, now here I'm just declaring string variable str. When you are typing, it is showing some suggestions. This is called IntelliSense. This kind of environment, we can call it as a IntelliSense. Whatever you are typing, if it is there, it will show directly here. Like in this particular IntelliSense, we can find table names, class names, and extended data type names, and base enums, functions, like keywords. These 6 kind of things will be show here. Form names, report names, like job names. We have created job, right? X++ introduction job. That those things will not show here. We have created a EMP table, right? Okay, just let me show you that EMP table. See here, EMP table. Okay, and also we have created EMP type extended data type. Am I right? EMP type that we have created here in our project. EMP type that also will show, and base enums like gender. See here, this is base enum, and classes. For example, classes symbol will be like this. You can see it is a class symbol. Agreement certificate underscore in AAD authentication result. This is class. This is table. Table symbol will be like that. Okay, this is a base enumerator. Okay, these are the keywords. Abstract is a keyword. ABS is a function. Functions will show like in pink color. Okay, keywords will show in a blue color. Like this one is an extended data type. This one, account table group all in is an extended data type. Account type underscore in is a base enum. It is a function. Okay, it is a function. ACOS is a function. Blue color things will be a keyword. For example, there is a public. It is a keyword. See, there is a public static void main, right? Is a public is a keyword. So only in this particular IntelliSense system will show keywords, functions, extended data types, base enums, tables, and classes. These 6 things will show in the IntelliSense, and forms, report names, jobs will not show in the IntelliSense. Okay. See, I have created X++ introduction, but this one is a class, but it is a runnable class. It is a job. We cannot declare like this, even though it is showing, but we cannot declare like this. If it is a class is different, runnable class is different. That I will describe you in future. We have created a class, but it is not a pure class. It is a runnable class. Runnable class. Okay. Class and runnable class difference I will explain you in future, but it is a runnable class. We can call it as a job. Now I'm going to declaring variables string, give some space like s. S is a variable. I have declared my own name like s. Okay, here again using the same space like integer, giving the same space in between like a keyword and variable int I. Real or date d like this. These are the variable s, I, r, d. These are the variables. Str, int, real, date. These are keywords. Of course, data types, but we can call it as a keywords. Blue color words always we can call it as a keywords. Keywords will show in a blue color. And remember, don't create fields in your table with keyword names. For example, in your table, one date field is required. You should not create a field with date, date. Date is a keyword. You cannot create a field in the table with a date name. Got my point? In table, I have created a field called DOB. In this place, you should not create a field with the name DATE. Date is a keyword. Select is a keyword. INT is a keyword. Public is a keyword. So with the keyword names, you cannot create a fields in the table. That may be a problem in future, because In future, we need to declare the field names independently in the code, so that when you write a date, so it will treat it like a keyword. It should not take it like a field in the table. So don't create fields with the keyword names. And here I have declared the variables string s, int I, real r, date d, like this. In s variable, we can store only string variables information, string data, string related data. Okay, in I variable, I can store only integer related data, real related data, date related data. I can declare multiple variables here, I comma j. Okay, I mean, at a time, I can declare multiple variables. And also, when you are declaring a variable, you can assign the value even. For example, int k equal to 20. I mean, at the time of declaration, I'm assigning value also to the variable. But currently, in I and j, we have 0 initially. You just have declared the variable. The current value of I or j is 0 because we just have declared. But at the time of declaration, you are assigning value also, the currently k having 20 value. If you are not declaring, if you are not assigning any value to the integer variable, it will by default, it has 0. In real also, we have a 0, 0.0 point values. These are all null values. String having null value, d having null value. Okay. And here, assigning the values. For example, yes, we have declared s variable. So s equal to like a Microsoft. It is a string. That's what I have given in a single quotations or double quotations, your wish. Currently, s variable having a string value of Microsoft. The text. Okay, you can write your name also, no problem. Okay, I equal to 10. Okay, and now r equal to, r is a real value, r equal to 3.14. And about the date, I will discuss later point of time, because date having so many things at this point of time, I cannot discuss. For date functions, we have one separate session will be there. In that session, I will show you how to declare a date value, because in date we have a date, month, year. There are different formats will be there, so that we need to discuss in detail. Meanwhile, we are discussing about a string, integer, real. Okay, understand this one? For example, here p equal to something like I'm writing 15. Actually, p variable we haven't declared, but even I'm writing here. This is wrong. You just need to declare first. You just need to declare first p variable, and then only you can use it. If you save, system will give you error. See here, p is not declared. P is not declared. Save it, Control S. Any doubts here?
No.
There are two, I mean, and also, for example, you have declared int I comma j, right? You cannot write like this. For example, I have written k, right? Int I equal to 10 comma j equal to 20. Absolutely wrong declaration. Absolutely wrong. At a time you can only assign value for one variable like this. This is correct procedure. This is also correct, but this is wrong. This is wrong. Either you can decide like this, either you can decide like this, but this is wrong. Int I equal to 10 comma j equal to 20, that is wrong. Okay guys, we'll meet tomorrow and discuss a few more things related to X++ programming. Tomorrow I'll discuss with you like control statements and print statements. All these things we will discuss.